The ultimate goal for most of those focused on climate change is to get to zero carbon emissions. And those who know say that we can't get there without some substantial reliance on nuclear power. Christine Todd Whitman served as governor of New Jersey and then EPA Administrator. She's become an expert and an advocate when it comes to the future of nuclear power. She joined us on Wall Street Week to lay out the case for nuclear.
Well, I think nuclear can play a huge role, at least in the transition from fossil fuels to renewables. Renewables are not yet base energy. They're peak shaving, and we're a 24/7 society, as is the rest of the world. The world is 24/7. And nuclear is the only form of base power that releases no regulated pollutants or greenhouse gases while it's producing power. And we have an incredible safety record here in this country on nuclear, and actually with few, obviously, very huge exceptions, being Chernobyl and what happened in Fukushima Daiichi. Overall, worldwide, it's been safe and getting safer all the time. I mean, the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission is considered the gold standard on regulatory oversight of nuclear reactors. I don't think, given costs and time, that we're going to see any more large reactors built in this country, certainly. They are being built in China. They're being built around the world, and we can certainly play a part in developing the parts for those reactors. But I see the future for nuclear right now being in the small modular reactors.
Well, let's get to that in a moment. But first of all, give us a sense of the scope of it already. One of the things that I have learned is nuclear is actually one of the few things that really don't have emissions that can be taken to scale. I think something like 20% of energy in the United States is generated by 70% in France.
Right. And, you saw an example of what happens when you take nuclear offline. When California took the San Onofre nuclear reactor offline, their emissions went up and the cost of their energy went up. I mean, it was totally counter to everything that they were hoping to achieve, in my mind. And so what I found over time is that if you have an opportunity to talk to people and answer their very real questions, I mean, it's normal to have questions about the safety, and you should ask them. But the answers are really good, and they're based on our history. You can prove that, in fact, these things work. And once you do that with people, they get much more comfortable with the idea of nuclear. It's just that for so long, it's been used as, frankly, a fundraiser a lot of times for the environmental groups. And we need to get the public to understand, particularly with the new small modular reactors that are built in a contained facility. They can be placed on site. They're much safer technology. They are a much safer way to produce the nuclear energy. So overall, they are really, I believe, have the potential to make a huge difference, particularly if you think about the rural parts of America where you're not on the grid or you're not close to the grid. You can take a small modular reactor and provide power for an entire town or an entire business. So they have a lot of potential there.